Are kids today screwed financially? At least isn't that what we hear? Don't we hear that Gen Z is just out of luck, can't afford a home, everything's against them? Well, we came across an interesting article by Ben Carlson last week, and Ben's one of my favorite writers, and he writes for A Wealth of Common Sense. He has a long and successful track record as a financial advisor and as a leader in his company. But he talked about, hey, our kids, he said, is the title of the article is Gen Z out of luck financially. And he starts breaking it down. He goes, well, let's look at this. One, and I'm going to tell you this, and you're going to be surprised when I say this, but Gen Z is earning 50% more than baby boomers did at the same age. And that's inflation adjusted. As a matter of fact, they're earning the highest generational income on record. So Gen Z is earning twice as much as their parents, or 50% more than their parents, and they're earning more than any generation. So that's good. The second thing we hear is, gosh, student loans are onerous. People are going bankrupt. They own millions. Here's the fact. Only 8% of borrowers over $100,000 on their student loans, with the vast majority, over 80%, owe $50,000 or less. And the average is somewhere in the low 40s or right around 40,000. It's very manageable. And that's because nobody pays rack rate for colleges other than me and my wife. But nobody pays rack rate. Everybody gets a discount. It's, nobody's paying that crazy $100,000 a year, right? And so the question is the housing market tougher on Gen Z today? There's a little bit of FOMO. Gosh, I'm sad I missed out on 3% interest rates. I'm sad I couldn't buy before houses appreciated 50%. I feel like that FOMO, my fear of missing out, that I've missed out. But honestly, it's not that much worse than previous generations. Now, there is an affordability issue, one that gets better every day. As long as housing prices stay relatively stagnant while wages improve, affordability improves every day. Now, here's the thing. Another thing that Ben looked at, one of the really neat things, matter of fact, I'm going to show you this chart, is he looked at home ownership rates by age. Oh, I'm going to show you two charts. So here you go. Hold on. So sorry. Two charts. I'm going to go this one right here. This is the distribution of student loans by borrowers. As you can see, 32%, this one right here in light blue, owe under $10,000. 26% have less than $25,000 in student loan debt. This is a great chart. I'm going to put a link to this article below. You can use this with your clients too to dispel fear, dispel the myth. Student loans are not out of control. But here's the next one, that really next interesting chart that I want to share from this. This is the share of U.S. residents who own home by age and by generation. And so right here, if you look at this, how of each generation, how many people owned homes when they're 20 or 25 or 30 or 30 and so forth, right? And Gen Zers are right here, not that far off. Yes, not quite as good as some of the previous generations, but not radically off. Not radically off, right? And here's my take on this. Gen Zers are just taking a little bit more time to figure it out, to figure out what they want. But they are figuring it out. Trust me, and so what we have to do is we just need to meet Gen Zers where they are. We need to teach them about home ownership. We need to teach them financial literacy. They're not being taught these things. They have a lot of times they have the means, but not the knowledge. And our role is to go find them where they are, help teach them, help usher them into the dream of home ownership, the related wealth that comes from owning real estate. And so I just want us to go out there and fight this battle a little bit. These people, a lot of times, Gen Zers can afford homes. So let's go out and talk to them. Let's dispel some of the myth, this gloom and doom that's selling. Let's see if we can't be a positive voice, with all that noise. With that, I did a post on this on LinkedIn today. If you get a chance, check out my LinkedIn. I post about articles like this quite a bit. If you find them helpful, most of the articles I try to cover have great data and really good visuals that you might be able to use in your presentations or in your home buyer seminars or your lunch and learns, whatever you might use. With that, I hope you're having a great day. I appreciate you giving me a few minutes of your time, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thanks.